And welcome back, everyone, to part 3 of What If Naruto had a Zanpakuto, the Hyōrinmaru edition. It's the week of What If, so get ready for those What Ifs, folks. A little bit of house cleaning, as always. Not much to talk about this week, except for one thing that one of my regulars brought up. They basically were talking about how they noticed that it makes Sasuke... They like making Sasuke stronger based off witnessing Naruto's strength. But they said, however, he doesn't notice this until Orochimaru attacked them. It doesn't become jealous until Gaara. Yeah, okay, that's all true. But in the versions that I do make Sasuke stronger, Naruto's already displayed strength well and truly before any of that's happened. That's why that happens. And in this case, they didn't see Naruto. He didn't see Naruto use Hyōrinmaru until this time. Naruto's never actually used Hyōrinmaru in front of either Sakura or Sasuke up until this point. So, yeah, nothing, we're all on track here. I'm not quite sure where that, I don't know if that was a complaint or just that comment came from. So, yeah, I don't really see where the issue was with that. You raised a couple other points. Nothing that I really feel the need to comment on too much. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah, nothing I really feel the need to comment on. Apart from the fact, talking about Danzo, whether or not he knew Naruto was the Nine Tails. I honestly agree with what you're saying, that he knew that Konoha still had the Jinchuriki. The comment I was making on the videos was, I'm not sure if he, before Naruto even activated the Nine Tails chakra, knew that Naruto was the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. I don't think he did. Based on his reactions, he clearly didn't know it was Naruto who was the Nine-Tailed Fox Jinchuriki. So, that's the point I was making. Not that he didn't know Konoha had the Jinchuriki. Otherwise, I digress. So, that being said, we catch up to Naruto in the Perfect Sage. And this is actually very interesting, because at first, he'd be like, yo, you just... like he'd say that. But hey, you just body slam my teacher. And I'm going to poke him in the butt to see if he wakes up. But yeah, say, all right, you're going to have to teach me now. I say, yeah, forget it. I've got more important things to do. Goodbye. Whoa! And I think he would initially pester Jiraiya like he does in the original. However, I think eventually Hyōrinmaru does basically talk to Naruto and say, look, there's not much. I doubt this man can do much to help you, because he doesn't know who Jiraiya is. So why don't we just go back and work on what we need to work on with perfecting my Shikai. I'd say, what about that Bankai thing? You're not ready for that, kid. Fine, whatever. And so he pretty much just abandons his attempts at trying to get Jiraiya to train him and just decides to train Hyōrinmaru. And they even talk about, okay, we need to work on using my Shikai with your Shadow Clones, because, that happened in the Force and that drained the complete life out of you. So we need to work on that. And so that's what they do for about the first week. And it's around that first week that Jiraiya is, spying on the women, just research. And all of a sudden, though, the girls are like, oh, God, it's so cold. It's not this time. I don't know, but let's just get out. No, they're leaving. What? But it's not that cold. Then all of a sudden, he slips from the branch. He's not actually frozen over a little bit. He's like, what? And he catches himself. He's like, what? Wait, ice? This time of year? This doesn't make any sense. And it's coming from all the way upstream. So he just decides to head up. And hears Naruto just hears this yelling of clones. All right, we're starting to make some progress. I'm not completely worn out this time. And he sees just these massive columns and pillars of ice. He's like, it's that brat again. Naruto. Wait, did he do this? And then he sees Naruto's wielding it. Summons the ice dragon out of it again. So the rumors I heard were true. Someone did finally manage to access that blade. Huh. Hey there! Say, what? Oh, it's you again. What do you want? If you don't want to... You said you weren't going to train me. I'm busy doing my own thing. Oh, I couldn't help but notice you would... Yeah, I can see you're training pretty hard. But what exactly have you been doing this whole time? Just brushing up on my sword skills. And learn how to use Hyōrinmaru better. Hyōrinmaru? My sword. Oh, of course. My apologies. So he's actually been able to get this far with it. From a little bit I heard, he was actually able to push even Orochimaru back, if only temporarily. If Orochimaru had actually known about that blade, he probably would have been able to take Naruto on no problem. And so, well, I was in the neighborhood, and I was just thinking, I do owe you, because Jiraiya's whole idea was for the month was to teach Naruto how to access the Fox chakra. Hence why emptying his chakra reserves, normal chakra reserves, and then teaching him the summoning jutsu. And so he basically is thinking, well, he's got the sword still down, but let's see if he's got anything else going on. Perhaps it's time. Yeah, tell you what, kid, I'll do you a solid. I'll train you this week. How about train you after all? How about that? Now, it should note that Naruto would have gotten the water walking down pretty much like that, because once the seal was removed, he got it down like that. I think it'd also be funny that the fact that is that he's kind of a ninja of ice in a hot spring. That'd be actually hilarious. So it's really hot in here. Holy crap. Not that it's really that. It's not like he is an icicle himself. It's just he emits such cold that even a hot spring probably seems still hot, but not as hot. And I think a fun little aspect would be once he steps on the water, if he's on there for too long, just stays still, he might actually start to freeze it a bit. That'd be kind of funny. Possible. Like, Naruto does radiate a lot of cold thanks to Hyōrinmaru. It's a guy who has that problem as well. He did it unconsciously. So, now when hits a guy who doesn't have that problem when he's controlling his power, but beforehand, he's pretty good at it. Or, not pretty good at it. Beforehand, he was not very good at it, I should say. Anyway, Naruto's like, I've got an idea for training you, but I'm going to teach you real cool jutsu. But to do that, we're going to have to do a couple things first. And he explains the idea of the chakras. Like, have you ever felt like you have a separate type of chakra inside of you, Naruto? And Naruto stops and thinks. And unlike before, he A, has Hyōrinmaru to remind him. But B, he also remembers that moment in the mist where Hyōrinmaru stopped him from using the fox's chakra. Now, he has accessed it once now, thanks to the Force of Death. That'd be his first time actually using it. But as it stands, the seal did temporarily, still had the whole temporary loosening thing. Hyōrinmaru just kind of put Kurama in his place temporarily. At least for the amount of power that Kurama can put out at this time. And it's like, yeah, it's the power of the Nine Tails, right? Oh, so you already know about it, huh? Yeah, I found out about it a while ago. In the Land of Ways, I almost ended up using that power to kill our opponent, but then Hyōrinmaru stepped in the way. He stepped in the way? Wait, you're saying your sword has a mind of its own? Yeah, the sword has a spirit that lives in him. He's really cool. He's an ice dragon. It's like, there's a spirit inside the blade, and it was powerful enough to hold back the Nine-Tails Fox, even if it was just a small fraction of the chakra. That blade's impressive indeed. Well then, this should be a lot easier than I expected. What I'm going to teach you, Naruto, is a really cool jutsu. But first, we gotta wind down your chakra. It's like, well, actually, and Hyōrinmaru is actually like kind of chiming in, and Naruto says, "No, Naruto, we should not necessarily rely on the fox's chakra." And he explains to Naruto, "True, but you have the fox chakra in you, Naruto, and while it's dangerous, it's also a great source of power that could aid you in the future. Whether or not you choose to access it is up to you in the end. But and a ninja would not look a gift horse in the mouth when given such an opportunity. And besides, I'm here to help you out with that, right?" And so and Naruto's talking over Hyōrinmaru, and the fox kind of like just looking at him. Very well then. I'll try to keep the fox in bay again. But Naruto, I'm inside you as well as the fox. I can see the seal that's on you. The more you use the fox's chakra, the more your seal will loosen. And Naruto even says that. It's like, well, that's why we're trying to get you to learn how to control it as best as possible. Okay, so first, use up your chakra. And so Naruto tries to use the summoning jutsu the first time. Summoning jutsu! Tadpole, great. Naruto tries it a couple more times. Nothing. So Naruto finally just said, but here's the big difference here. Because Naruto has a Zanpakuto spirit, he communicates with it regularly. Naruto is like, hold on, Perfect Sage, I'm going to try something. So he just gets in a meditative position and kind of just, meditating. is he talking with the dragon? And he goes into his mindscape and he sees Hyōrinmaru kind of like curled up, just part of his mind, part of his inner world's frozen, like that water that's in his inner world, in that sewer dungeon thing. It's probably all frozen over, like he's walking on like a sheet of ice. And there's the fox again. So you've come to me, brat. Come a little closer. Naruto's like, huh? And the fox tries to come at him, but it's like, no luck. Naruto only kind of like, ugh. And Fudge's like, yeah, very funny. You know why I'm there. Yes, you want to access my chakra. Why should I give it to you, brat? I was willing. It was, you were accessing it before when you fought the snake, because your anger and hatred took over you. And Hyōrinmaru's like, no, his survival instinct took over. Your anger and hate may fuel, or his anger and hate may fuel your chakra, but that is not why Naruto needs it, nor why he accesses it. You keep deluding yourself, you frozen lizard. And Naruto's like, that's enough of that. Look, Fox, the way I see it, you're stuck inside me. So you might as well owe me rent. Otherwise I might die someday. And if I die, what happens to you? And Fox is like, now, to be fair, the Fox knows that he probably would reform, but he does, like before in the original, like, you got balls, brat. I'll give you that. Very well. I'll give you my chakra to access if you need it. And so Naruto, Sully is just like, aflame with chakra. Just, whoa, I don't believe it. Actually, all right, let's try this. Summoning jutsu! And Jiraiya's like, oh, crap. Jiraiya! Where am I? There you are. It's like, hey, Bunta. How are you doing? And Jiraiya's like, crap. Well, he hasn't got a great handle on it yet, but he can still use it. But to summon someone like Bunta, I can't even control him. Wow, this is awesome! Holy crap! Who's the brat screaming on my head? Oh, I'm the one who summoned you. You? Hey, come on, quit laughing, you dirty old toad. What did you say? Look, aren't you supposed to be, I summoned you, doesn't that make me your master or something? And Naruto's like, Naruto, this is the chief toad, Gamabunta, you really shouldn't be talking, shut up, Pervy Sage! Pervy Sage, I'll admit, that's a good one. But there's no way an insignificant little brat like you could have summoned me. And he uses his tongue to throw him off there. And Naruto just, pops on. No, this is the first time I've been summoned, and I don't have anything for me to do, Jiraiya. I'm going for a walk. And it's like, hold on, right there. What's this now? I summoned you fair and square. That means you bow to me. All right, fine. I'll make you a deal. You stay on my head until sundown, and I'll acknowledge that maybe you're the one who summoned me. Fine. And then obviously Naruto is struggling his ass off. However, two things are different here. One, he is probably in a better situation chakra-wise here, because he did probably start out near empty, but he probably did regain some of his chakra, so he could kind of get his footing. But two, he's got Hyōrinmaru. So, right over the frozen heaven, Hyōrinmaru! And the toad Gamabunta does hear that. Hyōrinmaru? Could it be that blade? And then when the dragon comes, and, he does hit Bunta. Boom! You'll need impressive. I've heard the Uzumaki present, but you'll need more than that to bind me, boy. Hold on tight. And just, launches. Naruto's, how is he still staying on? And eventually Naruto doesn't make it. Just, By the way, what is about to happen here would actually be terrible in the concept when you think about it. And it's like, I win. How on earth did you manage to... And he sees Naruto. He throws his feet to Bunta's head. So and he breaks this. So that's what you... Oh, God. I was like, oh, kid. And then... So... not bad, little brat. Not bad at all. But yeah, thinking on that, if you were to do that, if Naruto were to freeze his legs to Bunta and therefore stuck on there, the amount of force Bunta was using, Naruto's legs would be shattered in jelly after that. The whiplash would be his whole body, because the whiplash would be terrible. Naruto was taking off for dear life, but he's able to grip and all that and kind of brace himself, as well as constantly falling off and nearly falling off. So in this case, Yeah, if Naruto did that, in theory, his body would be jelly. But you could make the argument Hyōrinmaru kind of braced him a little bit, or he was just able to kind of hold on, manage whatever. But yeah, in actuality, you would basically just be nothing. You'd be a rope of a human being, literally. So with that being said, you draw and Gamabunta puts him down. Jiraiya, I know you're still there. I'm fully aware that he really is the one. Of course he is, Jiraiya. I am fully aware that this boy is the one who summoned me. I must admit, I am impressed. No one's dared ride on my head since the fourth Hokage. And that sword, tell me, Jiraiya, is that the Uzumaki blade from so long ago? From little I've actually heard of it. I've never actually seen it. Even Kushina wasn't able to wield it. I've never personally seen it myself, but the stories have been passed on through the TOADS for many a year. So this boy is the wielder of the Ice Dragon. Impressive indeed. Very well then, Jiraiya. Get this boy to a hospital already. It's been a long day, and I must admit, I've had a bit more fun than I realized. If the boy needs my help, I'll lend it, but but I'm not his damn servant. Of course not. No. So Jiraiya kind of helps Naruto, gets into a hospital. I do think he keeps an eye on him for a little bit. Naruto wakes up. Now, this is important because this would be well before Gaara tries to kill Lee in his bed. Now, will Naruto make it there? That all depends. Let's wait on that. So afterwards, Naruto is accessing the Fox Chakra a couple times. He doesn't want to overdo it, but just so he knows what the feeling's like, and he also tries to regulate the amount he's using. He starts to figure out how to summon other toads, and he even manages to summon like Gamma, who with swords, or a sword. Let's just say a toad the size of Gamma who's got swords. Not Kamakiro because he's just too big, but it's so to actually give Naruto some sword kendo practices. And Jiraiya's like, I wasn't honestly expecting him to get both the summoning and the fox jutsu down in just under a week, or around 2 weeks or so. He's still got 2 weeks, huh? And he thinks on it. I could show him now, but probably better to wait on that, the Rasengan, until later. Because realistically, could Naruto do it in 2 weeks? Because it took Naruto 3 months of the original. His chakra control is better here, but probably not by a huge margin. Like, if Naruto's chakra control at that part in the series is, let's just say, a 5 out of 10. It's like maybe a 4. It's not the worst in the world after that point, but it's still not great. This Naruto's maybe a 5.5. Hyōrinmaru is not one of those swords that would lend itself to superior chakra control, really. But he decides, hold on, kid, I want to try something. Here, take this piece of paper. It's like, what was it? Just do it. I want to try something. Funnel your chakra in there. Naruto does it, and it slices it in half. But then it also dampens thanks to Hyōrinmaru having a water affinity as well. So I was like, what does that mean? Well, it seemed that you're both a wind and a water user. Interesting. Here, take this scroll. What's this? It's a jutsu you can learn while you're training. I had a student a while back who was also pretty good with wind jutsu. So I always keep a scroll or two on me just in case of scenarios. I'd say, okay, Gale Palm Jutsu, all right, because he had Nagato as a student. So Naruto's figuring it out, and he ultimately does it. I think because he's got a wind affinity in Hyōrinmaru, he actually manages to get in 3 hand sides, whatever the hand sides are, just boom! It's like, ha! I did it, perfect. I did it. It's like, all right, looks like you've expended your chakras, so let's get you out of here. And so, yes, I can work a way so that Naruto can be there to protect Lee, because otherwise Lee's dead. Lee's dead. And so Shikamaru and him basically kind of, stop Gaara. Naruto's got his sword on him, just ready to draw it if he needs to. And it's like, it's nothing personal. I just want to kill him. I'll kill you too if you're not careful. It's like, what is with this guy? And Naruto just hears the story. Like, he's just like me. No, Naruto, he's not like you. Maybe in many ways, but he gave in to his demons. You chose not to. You are something stronger. Don't give in to fear, Naruto. And Hyōrinmaru's got his back. Naruto's still more like he's still freaked out by this guy, but he hardens the results. I'll kill you too. It's like, and Naruto, this time around, it's not just try like the Inoshis. He literally starts to kind of pulse the icy aura, and Gaara actually is like, Naruto's eye, he's even got a white glow, yellowish glow. His normal chakra is compared to yellow. That's how he describes his chakra usually. But it's got that icy glow, and his hair's kind of like gold, and his eyes glow that like almost ice white with the dragon slits. He's like, try it, and try it and see what happens. And Guard's like, this kid, there's something different about him. And then that's enough. Save it for the finals. I swear I'll kill you. And he walks out of there. And so Naruto spends the rest of his time kind of just lamenting, thinking whether or not he can beat Neji. Now, I think here he does feel very confident he can beat Neji. If he didn't have Hyōrinmaru and maybe just had like the Gale Palm, Kurama's Chakra, and the summoning jutsu, I don't think he'd feel anywhere near as confident. But he's got confidence. He trusts in Hyōrinmaru. But that doesn't mean he's going to take Neji lightly. Like, he's still like, this guy's probably going to be the toughest opponent I've ever fought. And Hinata obviously shows up, and Naruto's like, sorry, Hinata, I guess I'm just a little worried. What if I'm not good enough? Stop it, you're more than good enough. Well, I mean, yeah, you may not always succeed, but you always get back up, you always try again. To me, you're a proud failure. I was like, thanks, Hinata. You know, I always found people like you kind of weird, but in truth, I actually like people like you. He likes people like me. All right, and so ultimately Naruto shows up at the exams. Sasuke would still, by the way, be late. There's no changing that. And so Naruto and Neji square off. Do you have anything to say before we begin? I'm going to win. Just what I told you before, I'm going to win. And Naruto draws his sword and just shoot. And, now he's actually got a solid stance. Taught to him by the TOADS. Like, he's actually a more experienced swordsman here. And Neji even comments like, his stance has changed. He must have been practicing. And so Naruto rushes in. And Neji does have to now avoid a blade, not just fists. So it is a bit more difficult to manage, but he doesn't just attack Naruto, who just as he gets tagged, just poo, get up, wind jutsu. I missed. All right, try this. Shadow Clone Jutsu. And the clones come in, and now Neji, again, is a little bit more in trouble. Anytime he had a weapon in Naruto's hands, this automatically gives him a stronger edge against Neji, because Neji doesn't, A, use weapons, and B, Neji's no longer just avoiding hand-to-hand strikes, he's avoiding blades and the length of the blade, so he has to compensate for those. And, a hand can be bent out of the way. A sword cannot be unless you're strong enough to do so. Fortunately, though, Neji is more experienced in hand-to-hand combat, and so he's still struggling. He does hit the blade. I think he gets a nick here or there, but every once in a while, but he's fine otherwise. Naruto makes more shadow, goes, it's like, please, is this the best you could do? There's nothing you can do. There's no point on any, like, he hits the Naruto clone. There's no point on, making this many clones if you're just going to hide in the back. It's over. What did I say? You really underestimate me, don't you? Reign over the frozen heavens. Hyōrinmaru. Poof! And then the clouds get darker. Then Naruto comes in. Neji does block the blades with the rotation at first, and then Naruto just summons the dragons. And so just as the rotation ends, Neji's like, it's an ice strike, because they didn't really see much of this in the preliminaries. They saw a little bit. Now they're getting the full taste, and particularly his arm gets like frozen. But using his chakra points, he's able to cold. I can barely move my hand, and Naruto's just like staring him down. You think you're so tough, don't you? Yeah, maybe. And all of a sudden, just does like an ice geyser, just do. Gets out of the way and like, got you! Rotation! Hyōrinmaru! The dragon comes. He's able to basically stop the dragon. Neji, though, is now on the extreme back foot, because Neji at this point doesn't have a good answer for long-range weapons, save for the rotation. He doesn't have long-range combat until he gets Vacuum Palm later on. And so Neji's actually in a bad way right now. Naruto's trying not to overexert his chakra, but now that he's got multiple amounts of ice on the field, he's suddenly just, he looks at Neji, who's just kind of like, yeah, you'll have to do better than that. And he rushes in, throws some shuriken. Naruto the ice suddenly comes to protect Naruto. It's like, Hyōrinmaru doesn't just create ice. I can manipulate ice and water freely. And then he just kind of comes in, rakes his sword along the ice wall, like jagged ice walls and geysers he made, stalagmites, with whatever you call it. Giant icicle points. I don't know, glacials, kind of small glaciers, sure. And just it's just reaction, and he starts like just freely manipulating the ice as best he can. Neji's putting a lot of chakra into his gentle fist now to kind of break the ice as it comes towards him. Ultimately, though, Neji has to use a little bit of trickery, being a ninja, trickery, being a ninja, and does manage to pretend to basically be down and out for the count. When he uses substitution jutsu in Naruto to get behind Naruto for his 8 trigram 64 palms. Naruto goes flying back. Then he goes into his backstory, and Naruto just says, so what? And so Neji's just like, Proctor, he's down for the count. If this goes on, I will not be responsible for what happens. I feel this bad since training with the pervy sage. Man. And all right, Fox. If you're in there, just give me some chakra. And then, obviously, the Nine-Tails Fox comes, reactivates his chakra network. Hyōrinmaru's not happy with using his power with the Fox chakra, but he still decides to do it. I can imagine it being a bit more like a dark purple ice, being the fact that the ice is kind of blue in color. So he just comes in, just and I can even see a little bit of the Fox's influence affecting like the ice dragon itself. Just rotation. When Naruto just comes in, the minute he stops the rotation, just the blade, Neji has to barely dodge, only for Naruto to one more clone to be there. Just Gale Palm, and there's some ice now included in it, so it's like Gale or Hail Palm. Ooh, Hail Palm's not a bad term at all. Just and then just gets frozen. He's able to boom, only for Naruto to come in, reseal Hyōrinmaru, and just finish it off. He does rotation to Naruto's Kyuubi chakra. Naruto is actually revealed to be fine. He doesn't hide this time around. Neji, I think, is down for the count. He's taken too many hits. He's been on the back foot this whole fight, actually. Most of this fight. And he's just like, he's frozen a little bit all over the place. It's just like, damn it all. And it's like, the winner is Naruto Uzumaki. And so, yeah, awesome. Woohoo. Now, honestly, all these fights would go the same. Even Sasuke's fight would go the same. Sasuke maybe is even a little stronger here than he is in the original, because now seeing Naruto and what he can kind of do, he is wanting to really push himself harder. I don't see him being able to do 3 Chidoris, at least not here, but maybe he's even faster and stronger than he is originally. Maybe his chakra is a little higher. Not enough for 2 Chidoris, or 3 Chidoris, but maybe 2 Chidoris and a couple extra fireballs. Still, he would still beat Sasuke, and the invasion would begin. That is where we're going to end part 3. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.